Now let's talk about my favorite topic, and that's the bag tax. I hate the damn bag tax. Excuse me for saying that, but I hate the bag tax. I've hated it since 2012 when Montgomery County first enacted a 5-cent fee on disposable bags. The goal was designed to not only deter residents from using disposable bags, but to help finance waterway cleanup efforts through the county's Water Quality Protection Charge Fund. And guess what, folks? It worked. About 2.6 million to 3 million was collected from the tax that for that purpose each year between 2018 and 2022, when that was the last year we have good data. But in addition, according to an exhaustive 141-page study by Princeton PhD Tatiana Homnoff, the Montgomery County bag tax was a success in other ways. Consumer behavior changed. The council's experiment in social engineering worked. Mike, I hope you weren't part of that council. And according to Homnoff's finding, some 82% of Montgomery County shoppers used at least one disposable bag per shopping trip before the tax was imposed, compared to 40% who did so afterwards. So, Mike, if the bag tax worked, why are we changing it now?
I think it's a really good question. I mean, I know that the county had a study that indicated that the bag tax was actually poorly implemented. So as it relates to your numbers about the amount of revenue that was captured, that number could actually have been significantly higher. And so I think from my perspective, if I were there, I think the first step really has to be, how do we implement what we have and make sure that's working really effectively? Let's maximize what that looks like. And to your point, if behaviors have already really begun to change, let's make sure we're generating that revenue that we anticipated. Let's continue to monitor that behavioral change, and then let's see where we are. And I'm not sure what's precipitating this now at this point.
Well, it's the threat of plastics in our system. They want to get
Well,
rid
I
of
get that,
plastic.
but we're already moving in that direction. It shows that fewer people are actually using plastic bags, more people are using disposable and reusable bags.
Yeah, I find, look, my primary reason for opposing it is the regressiveness of this tax. And I know there are mechanisms in the proposal that Kate Stewart and others have proposed that would allow SNAP recipients to avoid having to pay the tax. But I just don't think that's the solution. Mark, the shift to paper bags is not a simple transition. The cost of paper bags is not only higher than plastic bags, it may be as high as 10 to 12 cents per bag. And bags are inefficient means of carrying groceries. You want to walk 3 blocks carrying paper bags, they're all going to rip. So who supports this nonsense other than keeping up with Katie?
Well, I think it's by definition one of the nuisance taxes. It's fascinating when you talk about the numbers of it's not a lot of money, but it's something that I think weighs heavily on consumers because it is this kind of aggravating, you may go in and spend $100 plus, but those extra nickels is just that much more irritating. But unfortunately, what we need to next talk about are the delivery tax, but that's, I guess, for another segment.
Well, but I think one of the interesting things is, though, and I was surprised at this too, with the number of other jurisdictions that have actually gone down this road. I mean, Loudoun County, our neighbors to the south, who are not typically seen as the social engineers, as you like to say, Casey, that we tend to be in Montgomery County, have already implemented a more significant tax than we have, and have seen significant efforts there as well. So, I mean, I think it's a laudable goal. I think we're seeing progress. I think we need to implement it more effectively. It needs to be the first step. But we're not alone in taking this effort, and lots of other jurisdictions are doing it too.
Well, but Mike, they haven't banned plastic bags. And the whole, I mean, they may charge 10 cents as opposed to 5 cents, but they haven't banned plastic bags. And let's be realistic. If you go into a Macy's and you're buying goods, and they don't put them in a plastic bag, you're going to be walking around with these paper bags, which are prone to break. I don't care how thick they are, they're prone to break. And it's just an inconvenience on consumers. I don't know why the county council hates people. They really do. They hate people driving cars. They hate people carrying their groceries.
I bought a pair of shoes and they would put it in a nice paper bag that, quite honestly, was very durable, and my wife even kept it so we could use it again because it was such a good paper bag.
Well, a good example of that. I think that's great. you know, but when you go Christmas shopping and you got 6 of those bags you're carrying around, you're not going to be happy, Mike.
No, but your family will, because you just bought 6 bags worth of presents. So that's very good. Very nice of you.